Welcome to the 27th lecture of course Polymer Science and Technology. In today's lecture, we will continue to see the factors affecting the glass transition temperature. TG is influenced by the segmental or molecular motion. As I told you in the last class, the glass transition temperature is influenced by the chain mobility or segmental mobility. Okay, higher the segmental or chain mobility, lower will be the glass transition temperature. There is an inverse relationship between the mobility and the glass transition temperature. Second point, polymer with the symmetrical stereoregular structure. Stereo or symmetrical structure means just like isotactic polymer, sendotactic polymer. They are known as the stereoregular polymer or symmetrical polymer. So polymer with the symmetrical or stereoregular structure are crystalline, and crystallinity leads to large change in three-dimensional order that reduces the segmental or chain mobility. Hence, at higher glass transition temperature for the crystalline polymer, that's mean the crystallinity, higher the crystallinity, greater will be the glass transition temperature. So crystallinity is directly proportional to glass transition temperature. Second point. Now third point is the presence of aromatic or cyclic structure in the backbone of the polymer or the presence of bulky side groups. They will hinder the freedom of rotation, which will increase the glass transition temperature. So if the aromatic structure, just like a benzene ring, if benzene ring is either present in the backbone chain, as in case of polycarbonate or some other polymer, or if the benzene ring or aromatic structure is present in the side chain, just like as in case of polystyrene, so the presence of bulky aromatic group is going to increase the glass transition temperature. Now why it is going to increase the glass transition temperature? Because benzene ring or aromatic structures, they are quite bulkier. You can see that in a benzene ring there are 6 carbon and hydrogens attached to them. So the molecular weight or the size of the benzene ring is actually much more than the structure of the rest of the repeating unit in case of styrene, because it contains only 2 carbon and 3 hydrogen. Correct. So this is a bulky big side group which is attached to the polymer backbone chain. So because of bulkier aromatic groups, what happens, the mobility of chain decreases, and when mobility of chain decreases, I told you that there is an inverse relationship between the mobility and the glass transition temperature. So if mobility of the chain is decreased, that's mean glass transition temperature will be increased. Now let us compare the structure of polystyrene with the structure of polyethylene. In case of polyethylene, we have 2 carbon and 4 hydrogen, and there is no cyclic structure like benzene ring, etc. So in case of this polymer, polyethylene, the glass transition temperature is somewhat minus 125 degrees centigrade, minus 125 degrees centigrade, which is very low temperature. Why it is so low? Because the chain mobility is very high. It's pure hydrocarbon linear chain and it can be mobile easily. That's why the melting point is also less and the glass transition temperature of polymer is also less. But if you replace one hydrogen from the second carbon and attach a benzene ring at that place, so it will become the structure of the polystyrene, and the glass transition temperature of the polystyrene is somewhere around 80 degrees centigrade. So you can say there is a difference of almost 195 degrees centigrade in the glass transition temperature of polyethylene and polystyrene, just because of the presence of the aromatic benzene ring. So it is a proof that the presence of benzene ring will increase the glass transition temperature of the polymer. So if you want to have a polymer with very high glass transition temperature, you should try to synthesize a polymer containing the aromatic group in the backbone of the polymer, or at least in the side chain of the polymers. Okay. Now the fourth point is the presence of the hydrogen bond, and a strong polar group will reduce the chain flexibility and leads to higher Tg. Okay, because when there is a secondary bonding among the polymer chains, so these chains are attached to each other with the help of secondary bonds like hydrogen bond, dipole attraction. So because of this, the mobility of the polymer chain is greatly reduced, and when mobility is reduced, then it will increase the glass transition temperature, because mobility is inversely proportional to glass transition temperature. So again we will take the example of polyethylene. Polyethylene, I told you, it's pure hydrocarbon having 2 carbon, 4 hydrogen in its repeating unit, and the glass transition temperature of polyethylene is somewhere around -125 degrees centigrade. And when we compare polyethylene with PTFE, polytetrafluoroethylene, which, or in simpler term we call it Teflon. So in case of PTFE, all the 4 hydrogens are replaced by 4 fluorine group or fluorine atoms. So these fluorine atoms are very polar in nature, and because of the presence of such a highly polarized atom, this PTFE has dipole-dipole interaction among the chain, and because of this, the glass transition temperature is very huge in case of PTFE. Also, the melting point of PTFE is also very large. You must have seen that the Teflon is being coated on the cookwares, non-stick cookwares, and even if you expose it to the direct flame, it is not going to be melt. Okay, so but if you coat polyethylene will easily be melted at temperature above 150 degrees centigrade, where PTFE is having melting point more than 500 degrees centigrade. So we can say that the presence of polar group will increase the glass transition temperature. In case of nylon 6 or nylon 6,6, amide group is present, and amide group is basically NHCO group, and here there is a hydrogen bonding between the hydrogen and oxygen of 2 different NHCO group. So there is a hydrogen bonding, and because of this hydrogen bonding, nylon shows higher glass transition temperature, somewhere around 50 degrees centigrade. Some other examples are polyvinyl carbazole. Here is, you can see the aromatic structure is much bigger than a benzene ring. It is containing actually 2 benzene ring connected with 1 nitrogen. So this bulky side group is going to increase the glass transition temperature of this linear hydrocarbon chain, which is if you remove this group and attach hydrogen, one more hydrogen to second and fourth carbon, it is nothing but the polyethylene chain. So as compared to polyethylene, the glass transition temperature of polyvinyl carbazole is 150 degrees centigrade. So somewhere 275 degree is the difference between the glass transition temperature of polyvinyl carbazole and polyethylene. So higher value of the glass transition temperature is because of bulky side group. Now there is some type of relationship between the glass transition temperature and the molecular weight of the polymer. here you can see the graph between Tg versus molecular weight. If you increase the molecular weight, the glass transition temperature is going to increase. Why it is going to increase? Because higher the molecular weight, greater will the entanglements among the polymer chain, and lower will be the mobility of the polymer chain. So by increasing the molecular weight of the polymer, we are indirectly reducing the mobility of the chain, and reducing mobility of chain means we will be increasing the glass transition temperature. But it is true for the initial range of molecular weight, but after attaining certain value of the molecular weight, now it will attain a limiting value Tg infinity. That means it is the glass transition temperature at infinite molecular weight. And if we increase the molecular weight beyond this point, glass transition temperature is not going to increase, because this curve is attained a horizontal plateau, and there will be no increment in the glass transition temperature. That's why glass transition temperature is influenced by molecular weight up to 20,000 only. Beyond this, the effect of molecular weight is not pronounced on the glass transition temperature. There are two mathematical relationship that relates glass transition temperature with number average molecular weight. According to first equation, Tg, glass transition temperature of any molecular weight, is equal to the glass transition temperature at infinite molecular weight minus K over Mn bar, where Mn bar is the number average molecular weight and K is the arbitrary constant. The second relationship says that 1 over Tg is equal to 1 over Tg infinity plus A over Mn bar. Again, A is the constant. So there are two relationships available, but these relationships are valid only up to 20,000 molecular weight. 20,000 beyond molecular weight 20,000, there is negligible effect of increase of molecular weight on glass transition temperature. Now I'll see the glass transition temperature and plasticizers. In previous classes I have told you plasticizers are high boiling point liquids. They are being added to enhance the processability of the polymer. By the addition of the plasticizers, polymers can be easily processed, because plasticizers reduces the viscosity of the molten polymer. Actually, molecules of the plasticizer penetrate into the matrix of the polymer and goes in between the different polymer chains and act as a ball bearing, so that the chains of the polymer may slide onto the molecules of the plasticizers, and they do not undergoes huge resistance by another polymer chain. So you can say the plasticizers reduces the friction of the flow between the polymer chain, or you can say it reduces the viscosity of the polymer. So low molecular weight, non-volatile liquid, mostly liquid, these are the plasticizer, and they are added to the polymer to increase the flexibility. They will reduce the brittleness also, and they will improve the chain mobility. So higher the chain mobility means they are going to reduce the glass transition temperature. In case of polyvinyl chloride PVC, if we add the amount or weight percentage of the plasticizers, we will see that the viscosity of the polyvinyl chloride is continuously decreasing with respect to increase in the weight percentage of plasticizer being added to them. Some relationship between the glass transition temperature and melting point. In case of symmetrical polymers like polyethylene, etc., the glass transition temperature is said to be half of the melting point. But I must say these relationships are limited to some polymers only. They are not generalized relationship and they do not hold good for all the polymers, because you can see the glass transition temperature of the polyethylene is minus 125 degrees centigrade, whereas the melting point of the polyethylene is somewhere around 150. So according to this equation, the glass transition temperature should be around 75 degrees centigrade, but in actual experiment we find it around minus 125 degrees centigrade. So these relationships are not very good in for all the polymers. And for unsymmetrical polymers, Tg is said to be two-thirds of Tm. However, there is there are not universal these are not universal relationship. A combination of these equation in which the effect of molecular symmetry is not taken into account. So in nutshell, we can say the factor Tg over Tm may range from 1/2 to 2/3. In other words, from 50 to 75% of Tm. This is a range rather than a sharp value. So, but we should not too much rely on this relationship, because they do not hold good for all the polymers. Okay, so in next lecture we will see the measurement techniques for the glass transition temperature. Thank you very much for your patient hearing.